Hello, it's me.
Hey YouTube, it's your boy Mitch Comer, and here I'm going to show you this game Mighty Party, and possibly show you how to be better at it. It's going to seem like a really long video, and don't let it be all daunting and everything. Be like, oh, it's a long video, it's not worth watching. This is going to be a pretty in-depth video. We're going to talk about those silver thumbs up that you guys keep seeing. We're going to talk about what's actually, let me go ahead and just cover this one part real quick. So you're going to get a lot of gems, those green gems in the very beginning of the game. You're gonna get tons of them. It's how the developers it's basically what they're doing is they're giving you a bunch of gems at the beginning to make it seem like, hey, we like to reward you guys for staying with us. It's not gonna be as rewarding later on unless you're like one of the top players or whatever. And trust me, I've been a top player in mini games, and really, it's not as all that great as it seems, especially if you're a money person and you just keep giving money, and it's really what they give you is nothing at all. So save those gems, because those gems are going to be useful for opening the chest, and that's going to help you get from 20 season to season 5 or whatever you want to be, and it's really important to save those gems. What else we're going to talk about? We're going to talk about placement of the troops. We're going to talk about you know, what troops you're going to have in your deck. We're going to talk about decks in general as well. Basically everything you need to know as a new person going in, all the way up to a mediocre person. These are all key things that you guys are going to learn about in this long ass video. And I really appreciate it if you guys would watch it all the way through, or share or subscribe. And when you guys see the friends code, please type that in. It'll do you guys fucking wonders. Hell, if you type that in and I can see proof that you guys did it, I'll subscribe to you myself. Or follow you on Instagram, whatever you want. Your shout out to you guys. Thank you. Here I am. I'm actually a pretty low level, so this will go good for pretty much all standard players. If you like Clash Royale, or maybe even if you hate Clash Royale, this is definitely a pretty good game as an alternative. It was the editor's choice in the iOS App Store, so I definitely think this is definitely worth looking at. It's been out for about 8 months. It doesn't seem like there's a huge difference in the player base, like free to play or pay to win. I'm sure there's definitely pay to win players on it. I think in the US I'm the top 3,000 players as of this moment. And by the end of the video, I'll be actually a lot stronger. I'll end up, by the end of this video, I'll end up in, I think the end of season 19, which, if you don't know, the seasons go from big number to small number. So if you're in, or not season, but league. So if you're in like League 1, then you're in the main league. So basically this game, you're gonna throw down your cards. You get them basically no different than you would in Clash Royale. You would get a chest, and you would open the chest, and you get a bunch of random cards, and you can level them up. However, these aren't like 2 lanes that you could choose and you just throw them in there. These are 4 lanes going left and right. The range lanes are obviously the 2 back lanes on your side, and the melee's in the front. You can have melee in the middle, but typically the melee in the middle doesn't attack the guy in the back, the hero in the back on the opposite side. In this case, that'd be Adam. It's really basic and pretty easy to begin with. I got, as you see, I got 9 streak. I eventually get, I think I get like a 13 streak before I finally lose. So we're gonna move on. Let's go ahead and see the actual. I'm in League 26. Now we're gonna. This is a chest, just like you would in Clash Royale. That's 8 hours. Well, dang, that's a lot of time. Let's continue. You get a lot of gems in this game. You see, I'm severely limited on what exactly I can do because I'm only in League 28. Settings, turn that music off. You guys probably aren't hearing it now because I muted all of that. But as soon as I start getting in a game and I start liking it, I'm like, dude, I don't want this music on all the time. I'm gonna take that freaking stuff off. Um, so, and one thing I do like is there's not a ton of pop-ups. Like, oh, there's my invitation code if you guys want to copy that and invite yourselves to my game. Really help out. But there's not, like, there's some games, copy that to your clipboard and get the fuck in this game. But there's some games where they'll throw the news in your face over and over and over again. And by now I've played this game for about 3 days, and it's not throwing shit in my face, and that's actually really nice to have, is not, have all these people trying to advertise to buy this and buy that, or this is what's new in the game, or you need to go to the shop now, or you need to summon, or like, give me a break. I just want to relax and play a game. And this game isn't too infuriating or nothing, so it's pretty laid back. Your cards, this is your hand. The top part is your hand, the bottom is your deck. You obviously, if your cards are in the deck, you can't play them. And you get that amount of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you get 8 guys, and in your hand. Pick what you want. It really does matter what you pick, because each one has a special ability. Some of them you don't get them until you level them up a little bit more, and then you place them down. The guy up there, I think he heals or something every time he gets a direct hit on my hero. And my red ogre over there, he'll chop him twice because that's his special ability. And so this guy here, he has a mental shield. What I gotta do is I could use the ogre on top of him, except that I already played the ogre. There's not much I can do. I decided to try to see if I could get a double attack, but I didn't realize that he had used thorns. That's his special ability. At this point, I hadn't unlocked that ability for that character yet. I don't even think I had that character yet, so I didn't know about that ability. And as you play, you'll start learning all the characters' abilities and what better ways to play against them. One thing I really like about the redhead is that she spawns somebody behind you, so that's basically 2 turns in one, and that's really helpful. There's cards that'll even spawn 3, or they'll continually spawn things in front or behind them, and it's actually wicked helpful to really get that upper edge on top of players. They just used one against me as well. Those thorns, they have that I just obliterated with my special ability on my hero. They have what's called what's it called? Spikes or something like that. If I attack it, then I take damage based on whatever it says it is. There are other characters, like actual playable characters, that contain spike as well. I believe there's a frog. There's a couple more. And later on, I'll actually have a character that'll play off of spikes and actually heal everything around us. This is why it's really important you know what cards you have, and you really only want to level up the cards that you're gonna need. If you pay, then what the fuck does it matter? You have all this gold, you might as well level up everything, get up there faster, whatever have you. But if you do level up your character, beware that you're gonna be fighting enemies that have also leveled up the character, and they could purposely be at a point where they only level up certain cards, so they're a lower level, but their cards are wicked strong, and you're not going to be prepared to fight that. Oh, fuck. Seeing stars. Sorry, that was a quick break I had to take real quick. Go back to reality that I'm not a pro gamer, and you may not agree with everything I have to say. But if you do have questions or comments, let me know, and I'll be more than happy to answer them. All right, so now as you can see, I'm a little bit higher in the leagues, or lower technically, if you think about it. But I'm a better player now. I've got some better cards. See, that frog right there has the spike, so if anybody attacks him, then they're gonna take 2 damage. And there's that bush over there that has spikes, so I got to be wary of that bush. But I also at the same time want to kill the little witch behind it. So I played this person behind it, and what basically that's going to do is every time someone attacks my frog, oh, they got spikes on him too, so anybody attacks the frog, then the frog's going to heal up to 4. So as you see, they're doing considerable damage. So they did 4, but I healed 4, so basically I didn't take any damage. Now, he made a huge mistake in putting the frog right there, because my frog could have died, and the moth witch behind it could have died, because he used his special ability to protect himself, which is 11 damage. So if I attacked him directly, I'd get 11 damage per character, which would have eliminated some of the characters. And then he put enough characters down to where I don't have to worry about hitting his guy. Although I will now, because I use my special ability, which spawned 2 random ass motherfucking archers all over the damn place, and they attacked him directly. Alright, so now his spikes are gone. That guy has blocks, so that takes away whatever damage. It says it doesn't. I believe it's like 1 damage. Not much I can do. This guy will heal or like increase. I think it just heals. I'm not too worried about his little dude over there that's doing 5 damage, because I can for sure do more than 5 damage. But I'll try to slow him down some. Now what I should be doing right now is I should be putting some characters down on the very bottom to do more direct damage, because I could end this game right now, and except that I don't have any archers, because I can't shoot over the rock with a melee. I'll splash him, then I won't take any damage. Alright, so his team's all gone. I wouldn't be surprised if he gives up right now. A lot of people, they're actually, what you do is you go to the settings, it's down there on the bottom right, and you can click it, you can speed up the game, I think you can mute it, and you can surrender. And a lot of people do surrender because it's just faster, they want to get it over with, and it's real nice. I don't think you can do that in Clash Royale. Well, you can leave the game, but yeah, who wants to do that? Alright, so, yeah, see, I had the melee in the middle, and you notice he didn't do shit. Yeah, he's not going to do anything until there's somebody else in the lanes. Alright, let me bring out, what am I doing? Don't bring him out. Yeah. I don't have anywhere to put anybody, because they're all melee, and I cannot place melee in the very back. I don't know, I just guess it's completely useless. But I have too much melee, not enough range, and that actually caused a problem, as I couldn't do as much damage as I would like. Alright, let's open up this chest. Oh, League 20. I already got that. Ooh, those look like some good cards. I've seen some people with these cards already. I wonder if that's how they got them, is they got to League 20 and then I guess lost a lot. I struggled between League 20 and League 21 for about a day, until I got a few more gems and I was able to unlock a few more characters. Then I bounced almost straight to 18 because I got some legendary cards. Right, and you guys are asking over and over again in the global chat, what is the silver thumbs up? And what that is actually a soulbind function, which when you select, let's say, that guy right there that we just saw, if we select him and he's strong enough, we can use soulbind, which will bind him to another card. Every time it levels up, that card gets stronger. So it's pretty useful. You should save your thumbs up for like cards that you actually use. Go ahead and look at your ranking if you're strong enough yet, and you can see what the top players are and what their cards are. And if you have those cards, not like the little version of the card, but I mean like the legendary version of the card or whatever, feel free to use it towards that, because obviously that'll definitely help you out later. So as you saw, that's my clan YouTubers. I don't know, this stupid thing I made up, I guess. I kind of got tired of trying to create exact names for everything, because, you know, everybody complains about this crappy name or whatever. So yeah, you can join the clan YouTubers, or the guild I think it is in this game. I've actually been playing games as a clan leader since 2012, so I have quite a few years of experience. I believe in Clash of Clans I had 150 people all at one time, and we did pretty well. Right now in our turf war, We've currently got 3 tiles, and we're slowly moving up towards the buildings. So if you want to help, feel free to join. And I chose that shield because it kind of reminds me of a hyperlink. And I mean, if your clan's name is YouTubers, it only makes sense to have a hyperlink as your shield emblem. So back to this. Sorry, I don't know if you guys have the same problem. Comment below if you're having the same problem. You kind of notice that it's stuttering or it's laggy. It may just be that I'm on a 6, which is pretty sad because 6 was pretty good. I jumped from a 3GS to a 4 to a 6, so I mean, even back then when the 6 was new, I was still having problems with the game. So I really don't know if it's the game or what, or my phone. Got lots of memory on my phone, so I can do videos like this and play the game. Alright, so one thing you guys should notice is that you'll see that Tesla up in the corner. You'll really want to knock that Tesla out because it's slowly going to start eating away at your health. The thorns, you don't really got to worry all too much unless they put something like the guy I just put right there, which will double attack on one of my characters. That owl is really OP. It'll boost 4 damage on all of my characters, and it'll -4 on all yours. It's really OP. And it's not like you can really prevent it from being played, and you really just got to watch out for that. Killing it really isn't going to make much of a difference. It's just a really high attack and really high defense, or HP. So he's really annoying to see to get played. And then you add in, this is actually a pretty outdated deck right now because I'm a couple days later. I'm still editing this video. I actually reworked this deck, and I'm currently in rank 15, I believe. So as you can see, that was a pretty easy win. The Tesla slowly ate him up. I let him have an entire lane. I wasn't really sure. James Donhauer, congratulations for subscribing. I hope you have fun with my channels. So I don't know if you guys have seen any of my previous videos, but my interview video for Lost Love 3, I'm actually thinking about after the book gets published, it's going to be a big hit. I've had a lot of requests for it. I'm thinking about possibly meeting up with Tyler Perry or whoever to try to get that book to a higher level and try to make a movie out of it. I really feel like it'll do pretty well. It'll benefit me and whoever the director is, and it'll be seen by a lot of people. It's already on national news, so I definitely think it'll be helpful. Alright, so immediately I played, I like to play spawns, to try to get as many people out there as I can, as he's not using Adam, which would eliminate all my guys. If he was playing Adam, I'd play spawns and I'd try to find the first thing I could do to heal them or increase their HP to where Adam won't just one-shot everybody, because that's a huge disadvantage. Another thing I'd like to talk to you guys about is if you are playing Adam and you're playing against another Adam, try your best to be the last person to use your special, because once Adam uses his special on the other side, he's probably going to use archers as well, and they're pretty weak archers. So if you can wait for his archers, then you could spawn your freaking zap attack, eliminate his entire freaking team, and then place your archers because they're going to be safe from the other Adam. As you see here, I'm pretty much playing defense on his vampire. Some of the newer vampires that I'm fighting right now, the stronger ones, they have double attack and they are a pain in the butt. Oh, he's got flight, so that means that if any of my melee try to attack them, they're gonna miss. It doesn't matter which lane they're in, they will miss. Okay, so I'm not too worried about the guy right there. I kind of just want to get my double attack in. I'll go ahead and weaken him. There we go. I don't have any problems now, and then I'll completely eliminate him. So I mean, it's a pretty easy once you get a hang of it. You also want to try to memorize what cards your opponent has and they can use against you and try to outplay that. It's going to be pretty hard. As long as you know what cards you have, you should be pretty good. What is this Dark Tower? I've never done the Dark Tower yet. Let's go ahead and jump on in. Click that. Okay, so you can only play the Dark Tower once a day. Three losses or 7 wins. Okay, so I'm going to immediately play defense on that tree. And as you see in the bottom, you'll notice that my cards are resetting completely every time I place a card down. Watch me place her down. Yeah, well, I believe they do. There we go. See, all the cards completely just reset. Alright, so they're going to do spikes. That's going to be pretty difficult because they got that guy up there that's going to attack. He's probably going to last 2 turns. So if the opponent's playing spikes, my best bet is to try to stay along the line of their defense because I don't want to waste my attacks, my characters. I'll try to play weaker cards because if the weaker cards, they'll last a little bit longer, especially if they have a lot of health, and they won't completely get obliterated by their bear over there. So he's going to play that toad. The toad's got spikes. I don't really have defense for this one, and Pierce won't go through that middle tile and get that last guy. So I'm just going to play building there because the building's not going to hurt it. And it's going to boost me at the same time. I'm not so sure I'm going to win this one. I may. Definitely got to wait for those spikes to leave because I can't do much. Alright, so he just broke that. That's going to help him heal. Let's see if I can't counter that. I'm going to go ahead and freeze his junk. Throw that on in there. And give him double. See if I can't give him double. Oh, no, that's not the double. That's the zombie guy. Well, crap. Alright. Oh, wow. That guy is strong. Alright. My best bet would be to hit with 12. See if I don't use the eagle girl or not. What do I use? Oh, I decided to use her. Why did I do that? I don't know. I think it definitely would have been better if I used the eagle because the eagle, she doesn't get hurt by melee because she's in flight mode. Oh, they just muted all my guys. Well, that's gonna be a bummer because, well, that's not much of a bummer because I don't have any specials really. But it will take away all boost too. So if I had that owl that you guys saw earlier, if I threw that owl down, it's gonna completely remove all that boost from everybody. All those buffs. One thing I don't really like about this Dark Tower is, I don't know if you noticed, but you haven't seen a single one of my legendary cards yet, and that's usually what I use to really get a good win. Meanwhile, this guy, he's got basically his best cards he keeps playing out, like that toad and whatever. And I'm not entirely sure that this is other people, but I do believe these are other people playing against me. Alright, so I got the vampire. Not really fond of these lower level vampires. The stronger ones, they're definitely OP. I don't know if you guys do later on when you guys get to lower seasons or lower level seasons, or you just become a better player in general, you're gonna fight these basically like magical arenas, I guess you would call it. And what you do is you'll have basically a maxed out team like Adam against another maxed out team such as the Serpentine girl, and her entire like chaos people are gonna attack against my entire order people. I think that's such a dumb name. They really could have changed that. And you're gonna really tell that when you're maxed out, the blocking isn't as helpful as you would imagine, especially when Chaos has all that poison and they got bleaching shit. You know, they got high attack and they can heal. It gets really annoying when you're trying to attack with a bunch of blocking mechanisms. So the blocking mechanisms later in the game aren't as useful and OP as you think they would be in the beginning. So definitely don't waste all of your time trying to upgrade your blocking, because a few hefty attackers and a lot of boost, that'll just ransack right through everybody.
I definitely like a little bit of splash to try to counter anything like spikes or stuff that I can't attack directly. Alright, so I got him poisoned. That really helped out, and that pretty much guaranteed a win right there. Alright, so yeah, definitely go ahead and subscribe, like, and tell me if you need any help. Alright, bye.